your basic notes should be ready, some value enrichment should be done, and you should have a decent practice of answer writing. It is not a college style or school style answer writing. In UPSC there are specific demands. हम कितने भी बार पढ़ के जाए, if our knowledge base is shallow, वहाँ पे हमें वो याद नहीं आएगा. That's why multiple revision cycles are important. So every keyword in GS1 to GS4 syllabus should have a one-pager summary prepared and ready. कि हम पेपर कंप्लीट कर पाएंगे कि नहीं, and because of that content may get compromised in the real examination. Multi-dimensional approach, first of all, it is a necessary element of answer writing in UPSC. Make short notes, limit your resources and revise it multiple times. Then don't ignore your optional. Believe me, optional is the most important 2 papers. Value addition is a continuous process. It will continue till your mains preparation starting today. Good evening everyone. I am Ankit Agarwal and I have secured All India rank 217 in this year's UPSC. Today's session would be on July-December से जो टाइम पीरियड होता है उसमें क्या हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी रहनी चाहिए so that we can score more than 800 marks in UPSC mains, which should be the bare minimum target for everyone. Because nowadays interview has become very dynamic and dicey. So until and unless we ensure that कि हमारे मेंस में 800 प्लस अगर नहीं आ रहे हैं तो it becomes a game of luck, the clearing overall exam and getting a good rank. So we will start. This is a comprehensive 6-month program for those who are appearing for next year's UPSC. So let's start with this July-December window. So this is a 6-month period which, to be honest, act as a key differentiator between you being an aspirant and you becoming a topper. Because I feel कि जो हमारा दिसंबर के बाद से टाइम स्टार्ट होता है, दैट इज जनवरी टू मई, वहाँ पे हमारा कहीं ना कहीं फोकस प्रीलिम्स के टूवर्ड्स शिफ्ट करता है. एंड एज यू नो, प्रीलिम्स इज जस्ट अ क्वालिफाइंग स्टेज. द मेन गेम इज अबाउट मेंस. So this is the ideal time period where you should work on your content, where you should work on your answer writing, where you should work on value enrichment part. So that's why this period becomes crucial. So this is a peak productivity window. So what happens once prelims gets over, once you get once you qualify the prelims and you get a chance to appear for mains, what will happen कि प्रीलिम्स के बाद हमारे पास आजकल सिर्फ टू मंथ्स 15 डेज अराउंड इतना टाइम होता है मेंस प्रिपेयर करने के लिए. एट दैट टाइम क्या होता है कि हमें करंट अफेयर्स कवर करने हैं, हमारे बेसिक कंटेंट रिवाइज करने हैं, एंड वी हैव टू प्रैक्टिस फुल लेंथ मॉक्स ऑल्सो. तो उस टाइम पे क्या होता है कि वी आर अनेबल टू कवर टॉपिक्स इन डेप्थ. हम बहुत ऊपर ऊपर से पढ़ते हैं अगर कोई नया टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं तो और हमें बहुत मतलब उस टाइम हम सोचते हैं कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा टॉपिक्स कवर कर सके जो कि प्रोबेबल हैं मेंस एग्जाम में आने के लिए. बट दिस इज द टाइम पीरियड वेयर यू कैन स्टडी topics in depth and you can internalize things. You have a scope for innovation also. Second is bridging the gap. So what happens कि here in this time period, यहाँ पे टाइम मैनेजमेंट, जो आंसर राइटिंग में हम टाइम मैनेजमेंट का सोचते हैं कि इन 3 hours वी हैव टू राइट फुल लेंथ टेस्ट, in 7 minutes we have to write 10 marker question, और in 10 to 11 minutes we have to write 15 marker question. यहाँ पे वो प्रेशर नहीं रहता है. So when you like prepare for mains through answer writing, तो वो ज़्यादा हेल्प करता है हमें चीज़ों को इंटरनलाइज करने के लिए, विच इज़ ऑल्सो मेंशन दैट यहाँ पे हम पैसिव रीडिंग से मूव ऑन करके एक्टिव लर्निंग के टूवर्ड्स प्रोसेस को ले जा सकते हैं. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज, वन सेकेंड. So next is the common mistakes which an aspirant make during this time period. अभी हमारे पास almost 6 months हैं. We feel that कि we have enough time. So let's cover each and every content, each and every resources properly. उसके बाद हम आंसर राइटिंग करना स्टार्ट करेंगे, विच आई थिंक इज नॉट आइडियल. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट कि अभी फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट लिखना स्टार्ट कर देना चाहिए, बट यू शुड डेफिनेटली स्टार्ट writing 1 or 2 answers initially, then move on to 3 or 4 questions, then 5 or 6 questions by the December. So this is this. Then, so what is the core objective? So before preparing our plan for this 6 month period, we should understand कि हमारा overall objective है क्या till December. So in my case, like in first attempt till December, I covered my foundation course. Then I focused on value addition part, and along with it, I also started doing answer writing, which got completed by around January. January के बाद, because it was my first attempt in 2020 CSC cycle, I started my prelims preparation, only prelims preparation by February. तो उस टाइम पे like in first attempt you can give 4 or 5 months to prelims के mocks and everything from Feb to May. But if you are an experienced aspirant who has given multiple prelims or more than 2 prelims, you can dedicate till February to mains part. You can start prelims plus mains by February. Like you can start proper prelims from March. So by December 31st, we have to set some objectives. So I would say the first and foremost objective should be to complete your optional. At least you should do your basic readings. Your notes should be consolidated of your optional, and you should have some practice of answer writing. You must have seen PYQs. So first is optional, which is the most important component of our mains examination, as it covers as it covers 500 marks, where you have scope to score around 300 marks, where 280 290 is a decent score. So that is there. Optional should be completed. Then when it comes to GS, so what I used to do, you have to see the overlap of subjects between prelims and mains. So if I see in GS1, the history part, the ancient history, art and culture, medieval history, modern history, then geography part, all these have overlap with prelims. Similarly, in GS2, polity has overlap with prelims. In GS3, almost all economy, agriculture, environment, science and technology, and to some extent the technological part of security. GS4 do not have any overlap with prelims. So what my strategy was, July, August, September, I should cover those subjects in GS which do not have overlap with prelims. So for example, in GS1, I would cover society. In GS2, I would cover governance, social justice, and international relations. In GS3, some part of security, and GS4 and essay practice alongside these subjects. So this should be the target for first 3-4 months starting July. Then by October, you have to start some prelims plus mains integrated study, which will include subjects which have overlap. As I have mentioned, modern history is one, geography, polity. All these subjects will start by around July, August, around September end. Okay, then like when I'm talking about doing these subjects, that means your notes should be ready, your basic notes should be ready, some value enrichment should be done, and you should have a decent practice of answer writing. Moving on to next part. Once your objective is set, now what you have to do is, like, there are some pillars, some components, like what you have to do in your preparation. So first and foremost thing is that you have to understand the concepts of the subjects I spoke about in the first 3 months. You have to read your basic materials of optional, the basic materials of the subjects you have targeted to complete. Uh, so for that, and after the first reading, now when you are reading it again, you have to consolidate your content. So in the first reading, what we do, we refer to multiple sources. We refer to sources जहाँ पे कंटेंट सबसे अच्छा है, जहाँ पे हो सकता है कि लक्ष्मीकांत, इफ यू आर स्टडिंग फॉर पॉलिटी, वहाँ पे हर एक टॉपिक्स आर नॉट कवर्ड. यू आर स्टडिंग सम टॉपिक्स फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेज लाइक some magazine of some coaching institute, some toppers notes. So what should be our target by the end of that subject's preparation is that we have to consolidate our notes. So moving from vast reading to concise exam ready notes based on UPSC syllabus. What do we mean by based on UPSC syllabus? We will talk about it in the later slides. Then once the our content is consolidated in form of notes, we have to start practicing answer writing. So answer writing, like what I used to do when I started my preparation, I did not focus much on time limit in the initial few months, because in the initial days our objective is to understand what do we mean by answer writing. It is not a college style or school style answer writing. In UPSC there are specific demands. For example, there should be proper structure of introduction, body and conclusion. So for that, what I used to do, I used to take proper time and I used to practice 2 or 3 questions every day, even if I have to refer to some of my source material. Then um, systematic revision. Now this is important. Like once you, I'm not like, for example, you are studying security this week. So by the end of this week, you have to revise the whole notes. If you are making offline notes, you have to revise it completely. If you are making online notes, वो और भी अच्छा होगा, because what you can do, like at the end of the week when you are revising it, तुम उसमें उसको edit भी कर सकते हो. You can refine it there only, और वो एक concise notes के form में आ जाएगा. So implementing a multi-cycle review process to ensure retention under high pressure conditions. So what happens, इसमें इसका मतलब ये है कि high pressure condition क्या होता है. जब एग्जाम में हम होते हैं, हम कितने भी बार पढ़ के जाए, if our knowledge base is shallow, वहाँ पे हमें वो याद नहीं आएगा. That's why multiple revision cycles are important and we have to ensure that, and this can happen only when your notes are consolidated. अगर हम जब रिविजन करने टाइम फिर हम मल्टीपल सोर्सेज में जा रहे हैं और उसको रिवाइज कर रहे हैं, दैट वुड बिकम वेरी हेक्टिक एंड इट विल नॉट बी वेरी फ्रूटफुल. सो इसीलिए कंटेंट का कंसोलिडेशन इंपॉर्टेंट है. व्हाई आई हैव केप्ट कि आंसर राइटिंग शुड बी बिफोर सिस्टमैटिक रिविजन, बिकॉज वंस यू आर डूइंग आंसर राइटिंग, उसका फिर हम रिव्यू करते हैं खुद से, एंड वी मेक नोट ऑफ इट कि यहाँ पे ये चीज़ गलती हुई, यहाँ पे ये चीज़ ऐड कर सकते थे. So you have to revise both your consolidated notes. You have to revise the answer you have written in some like the UPSC booklet comes, उसमें लिखते हैं, उसके साइड में margins होते हैं. We have to give self feedback. उसको भी हमें revise करना है. Then optional subject that is given कि optional जो चीज़ हम GS के लिए कर रहे हैं, same thing we have to do for optional. And I will talk about कि कितना priority देना है optional को in the next slides. So, like, I should have spoken about this before. So, in my previous 2 sessions on GS3 and GS2, I have given lot of emphasis on PYQ, the importance of PYQ. So, PYQ will help you in lot of things, and this is the time period between July and December where you can utilize the potential of PYQ properly, because we have enough time. So PYQ can have multiple advantage. Let me start with, first is you can understand what UPSC is trying to ask from the topics mentioned in the syllabus. For example, in GS3, a topic is mentioned, Indian planning of economy, mobilization of resources and all those things. But UPSC does not ask questions directly on them. It is more of an applied question. So वहाँ से एक तो सबसे पहले ये पता चलेगा कि किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस UPSC पूछता है. from the syllabus. Second is it will help you to limit your resources. So, for example, in GS2, there is a topic called development industry and role of SHGs, NGOs. Then there is a topic called welfare schemes, then policy making. So all those are very broad and not defined properly topics. So PYQ, what PYQ will do, it will help you to limit कि इस PYQ में इस एरिया से इन टॉपिक से पूछते हैं मेजरली. So we will try to limit our notes based on analyzing what PYQ is asking. So that is resource limitation. Stick to one primary source per topic and multiple. What happens जब हम multiple resources refer करते हैं? It leads to poor retention, because I will tell you, when we appear for the mains examination in 7 minutes we have to write 2 pages, and in that 7 minutes 1 minute will go for reading the question, understanding the question, and underlining. So you have 6 minutes to write 2 pages, 3 minutes for 1 page. So what happens sometimes कि जब हम लिख रहे हैं we get जो हमारी मेमोरी है वो हमारे नोट्स की होती है कि हमारे नोट्स में ये लिखा हुआ था, वो एक इमेज आ जाता है. So if you will refer multiple sources, what will happen, you will get mental clutter कि वहां पे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कौन सा, कुछ दिमाग में आएगा नहीं. और अगर हमारे पास एक कंसोलिडेटेड नोट्स है जो कि हमने PYQ के हेल्प से लिमिट किया है अपने रिसोर्सेज को, then it will help you to write faster. Then second, PYQ alignment, PYQ trend analysis. I don't know how many people do this, but I used to do it. कि PYQ के last 10 years के पेपर उठाओ for every paper, GS1, GS2, GS3, in fact for GS4 also, and in optional definitely it is important. Last 10 years divide, make a table, देखो syllabus में क्या क्या topics हैं, write the years and then note down कितने marks का कौन से साल में क्या पूछा है. उससे what will happen, you will able to analyze कि इस साल कौन सा question important है. For example, in GS3 the question on Naxalism comes every alternate year. So for example, if it did not come last year, it may come this year. It has very high chances. कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि वो आएगा ही, बट इट हैज़ वेरी हाई चांसेस. सो मेक द रिसोर्सेज ऑफ दैट टॉपिक वेरी रिच. कि नक्सलिज्म पे केस स्टडी 4-5 उठा लिया, उसमें से 1-2 भी लिख दिए, इट इज इनफ. देन मेक collect some quotes of ministers, what people have quoted on Naxalism problem in India. So that this is how PYQ trend analysis will help you in your preparation for mains. Then this note making strategy. I will show you note making strategy. Here I have written create micro notes that are easy to revise 48 hours before the actual exam. So the purpose is not just to revise it 48 hours before actual mains examination, but also to revise whenever you are writing any sectional test or any full length mock test. That will help you to retain your content better. So note making strategy, create micro notes. What do I mean by micro notes? Let's say I will show you an example. So this is my comprehensive consolidated notes of polity. So you will find that I have made my notes like this. So what is GRM? This is dispute resolution mechanism. It is mentioned in the syllabus. So here in under it in UPSC PYQs, they have asked about tribunals. So I have made my notes like this. Introduction I have mentioned I can use either this, or either this. Then significance, what are the significance of tribunal? You can see I have used pendency as my subheading under a heading, and then I have mentioned substantiation in form of value addition. Second, same. Then case laws I have mentioned because case laws are must in polity answers. So case laws I have mentioned. I have not written it in detail because by the it was my 6th attempt and 5th main, so I remembered what all content was there inside these judgments. Then challenges I have mentioned, similar thing, subheadings and inside for substantiation, value addition. Then in way forward, you will see I have not written any suggestion based on what I think, because in polity answers, or in fact in any answer, what experts think, what committees think, what Supreme Court has said, that is more credible than what I think. So what Law Commission of India is 272nd report has said, I have mentioned those suggestions. What Supreme Court has suggested about tribunals, I have mentioned that. Then benches of tribunal, it generally comes in newspaper, so I have mentioned that also. But I do not have anything to quote like कि इसको किसने suggest किया, so I have written it as a generic point. Similarly, you can see ADR. So this is my polity comprehensive notes. I will show you one more example of different topic in polity. So see, next, judiciary. So judiciary is mentioned in the syllabus, but it does not define its micro topics. So based on, again, UPSC PYQs, I have analyzed that they ask this type of topics: judicial accountability, post retirement jobs. This comes in monthly magazine also. So I have taken some topics from there also. Okay. So these are my comprehensive notes. As you can see, comprehensive notes be more of question answer format में ही है, so that when I am writing my answers, my mind can map to my notes and directly write points as fast as I can. तो जब मैं माइक्रो नोट्स के बारे में बात कर रहा था, व्हाट डू आई मीन बाय माइक्रो नोट्स? तो व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माइक्रो नोट्स विच आई हैव टू रिवाइज 48 आवर्स बिफोर द एग्जामिनेशन, 48 आवर्स कोई वो नहीं है टाइम लिमिट, यू कैन रिवाइज like what I used to do just before entering the mains exam hall. I used to revise these notes. So see, this is GS2 ka summary for simulation 1. Why I have written simulation 1? Because between prelims and mains examination, I used to give 2 full length mock tests in simulation, like writing 2 papers on a single day. So this is for simulation 1. I have written directives कि मेरे इंट्रोडक्शन में क्या क्या होना चाहिए, मेरे आंसर के बॉडी में क्या क्या हेडिंग, सब हेडिंग के अंदर वैल्यू एडिशन, देन प्रेजेंटेशन शुड बी अ फोकस डायग्राम शुड बी देयर, कंटेंट स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए, प्रिसाइज एंड शॉर्ट पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए, कोहेरेंस भी होना चाहिए पॉइंट्स का, कि ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि कोई भी पॉइंट कहीं भी लिखा है. देन वे फॉरवर्ड में आई यूज्ड टू यूज कंक्लूजन एंड in quote and way forward together. Then see, now in micro notes, what I have mentioned, introduction CBI mein I have to mention statutory act and the committee which recommended it. So for this, like this, for every topic there is an introduction jahan pe sirf articles mentioned hai, statutory acts mentioned hai. This is of 1 page. Then similarly, for every topic, it is not just for polity, it is also for governance and international relations. ये पूरा GS2 का I have made it into 10 page note which I have to revise 1 day before the mains examination. Then again, Supreme Court judgments में CBI से related क्या है, NCBC से related क्या है, तो ऐसे हर एक topic के notes, micro notes I have prepared. Then you can see value addition. These are, you can ignore this because ये मेरे third fourth attempt का है, which was not very useful. That's why I'm not recommending it. इसमें कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं, जैसे कि इसमें डेटा है. देखिए, पार्लियामेंट में डेटा है कि GST बिल is widely discussed in Rajya Sabha, triple talaq bill sent back by Rajya Sabha for review. So all these points are just value addition. I have made it into micro notes so that I can revise this value addition before the mains examination. Similarly, in conclusion, you can see for each topic I have mentioned quotes, और एक पेज होगा कमिटी रिकमेंडेशंस के लिए, वो इसमें नहीं है. तो कमिटी रिकमेंडेशंस का भी एक नोट हो गया. तो 10 पेजेस में आई हैव मेड माइक्रो नोट्स विच विल हेल्प मी टू राइट माय आंसर्स फास्ट. ठीक है. नाउ बिफोर माइक्रो नोट, व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस कि अगर हमारा जो कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नोट्स है, जैसे पॉलिटी का मैंने आपको दिखाया कि हर एक टॉपिक का, सब टॉपिक का प्रॉपर नोट्स है, and if we have not revised it properly, or if we do not have enough time कि हम उसको रिवाइज कर सके बार बार, so one of the way, like it can, मतलब जो कि जिससे कि हम उसको और इजी बना सकते हैं, कि you can do एक पेज लो, उसमें सिलेबस का लेट्स से जो फर्स्ट टॉपिक है फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई कैन रिमेंबर कि सोसाइटी में फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियन सोसाइटी है, ऊपर लिख लो एंड प्रिपेयर 1 पेजर नोट फॉर इट। उस अपने जो कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नोट्स हैं उसी को कंसाइज करके कि वो उसमें एक पेज में आ गया। इन सेकेंड पेज go to the next topic which includes I guess secularism, communalism and regionalism। उसके एक पेज के नोट्स बना लो एंड लाइक दिस फॉर एवरी सिलेबस हेड you can make 1 pager notes which will help you to revise your comprehensive notes in a faster way. So every keyword in GS1 to GS4 syllabus should have a 1 pager summary prepared and ready. Next is answer writing transform knowledge into marks. Third, we will talk about answer writing. तो हमने जब ये सेशन स्टार्ट किया था वी स्पोक अबाउट कि आंसर राइटिंग हर अभी स्टार्टिंग से ही हमें अगर इफ़ यू हैव गिवन 1 or 2 अटेम्प्ट बिफोर सो यू कैन स्टार्ट योर आंसर राइटिंग अभी इसी जुलाई से 1 or 2 answers for now, then can move to 5 answers, and by December you can move to 7 to 10 answers. So answer writing transform knowledge into marks. तो how it will help, अभी जो पीरियड है हमारा जुलाई से दिसंबर तक का, उसमें इफ वी विल प्रैक्टिस डेली सम आंसर्स, हाउ इट विल हेल्प अस इसकी जब हमारा प्रीलिम्स क्लियर हो जाएगा, हम जब मेंस के लिए अपेयर करने से पहले प्रिपेयर कर रहे होंगे, एट दैट टाइम वी विल नॉट फील दैट इनर्शिया। फर्स्ट थिंग कि हम इनर्शिया फील नहीं करेंगे टू स्टार्ट आंसर राइटिंग। सेकेंड थिंग इज कि we are already ahead of so many people when it comes to practicing PYQs and some current affairs based questions. And third is कि time management हमारा already काफ़ी sort हो चुका होगा। Time management becomes a very big issue, believe me, not just for your marks but also for your confidence. क्योंकि अगर हम टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं मेंस एग्जाम से पहले, हमें हमेशा वो एंग्जाइटी रहेगी एग्जाम में जाने टाइम कि हम पेपर कंप्लीट कर पाएंगे कि नहीं, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कंटेंट मे गेट कॉम्प्रोमाइज इन द रियल एग्जामिनेशन। तो डेली डिसिप्लिन स्टार्ट विथ 2 क्वेश्चंस एवरी मॉर्निंग टू कि जो हमारा ब्लैंक पेज का फोबिया है दैट इज नॉट देयर, एंड वी विल बिल्ड अ मसल मेमोरी कि क्या बोलते हैं हमें जब हम फिर दोबारा वही टॉपिक लिखेंगे उस पर ही कोई क्वेश्चन लिखेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई विल टॉक अबाउट दिस इन एग्रीकल्चर। तो फूड सिक्योरिटी का जो टॉपिक है GS3 में, आई यूज टू प्रैक्टिस इट इन माई डेली आंसर राइटिंग। वो कभी भी वो मॉक टेस्ट में आता था या रियल एग्जाम में भी PDS पे क्वेश्चन आ गया लेट्स से, या नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी पे क्वेश्चन आ गया, आई यूज टू टेक अराउंड 5 मिनट्स, जो कि आइडियली मेरे को 7 मिनट्स लेना चाहिए, एंड आई यूज टू राइट गुड कंटेंट इन दोज answer questions. So muscle, it help you to build muscle memory. Next is okay, before coming to weekly evaluation, I used to do I used to send my daily answer writing copies to some of my mentors, and also I used to self review it। and उसको कैसे करना है कि टॉपर कॉपी आप रख लो साइड में, मॉडल आंसर रेफर करना है वो भी रख सकते हो, एंड अगर आपको अपने नोट्स रखने हैं वो भी यू कैन कीप इट। अब उससे हमें अपने आंसर्स को कंपेयर करना है कि आर वी राइटिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू लाइक व्हाट आर एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर, कि एक्सपेक्टेशन कैसे होगा कि हम टॉपर्स की तरह लिखे सो दैट वी कैन स्कोर मार्क्स लाइक देम। व्हाट इज आर एक्सपेक्टेशन, जो हमने प्रिपेयर किया है एटलीस्ट हम वो लिख पाए, विच फॉर दैट वी हैव टू रेफर आर नोट्स कि हम नोट्स में जो लिखे हैं वो हम आंसर राइटिंग में रेप्लिकेट कर पा रहे हैं कि नहीं। So that is there. What do I mean by weekly evaluation here? कि अगर if you are not able to write daily answer writing, अगर आप daily नहीं लिख पा रहे हो, then what you can do, you can appear for 1 sectional mock test कि 10 questions उठाए, in every Sunday you write that, and for the whole week you review some answers and you make note out of it. Then structural excellence, ये that is a very basic thing कि intro, body, conclusion होने चाहिए आंसर्स में अक्रॉस ऑल द पेपर्स, GS ऑप्शनल ओनली। ऐसे में भी होता है इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी, कंक्लूजन होता है, दैट देयर इट इज ऑफ डिफरेंट नेचर। बोलने में ये इजी है, सुनने में ये बहुत आसान लग रहा होगा, बट इट इज़ डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज इन द स्टार्टिंग इट इज़ डिफिकल्ट। So once we start practicing our answer writing, you will come to know why I am saying this कि introduction, body, conclusion format भी follow करना, it is not very easy। Then yeah, multi-dimensional approach. So, multi-dimensional approach, first of all, it is a necessary element of answer writing in UPSC. Your answers should be multi-dimensional because you are aspiring to become administrator and you have to think from 360 degree point of view. So that is there. Second, इसका ये बहुत हेल्प करता है बिकॉज समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपन्स कि हमें कंटेंट उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं होता है हमारा, या हम कभी कभी ब्लैंक हो जाते हैं एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम प्रेशर, बिकॉज ऑफ कि हमारा एक क्वेश्चन इससे पहले वाला खराब हो गया. तो दैट इज़ वेरी लाइक कॉमन थिंग टू गो ब्लैंक ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन. So, how multidimensional approach helps, if you can remember all the syllabus points कि syllabus में क्या लिखा है, then you will be able to generate points for any question. So, for example, in geography, what I used to do, my optional was geography. So, in any question, if I go blank, what I used to do कि syllabus points I used to recall. For example, it started with physical geography. तो उसमें how physical aspect of any landscape becomes a factor. Second, how it impact agriculture, how it impact resources. अब इन तीनों चीज़ों से how it affects overall industry in the region. अगर industry है वहाँ पे how transportation का जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के जो कंपोनेंट्स हैं लाइक इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स और मेट्रो रेल प्रोजेक्ट्स और बुलेट ट्रेन्स वाला जो प्रोजेक्ट है. फॉर एग्जांपल, मुंबई अहमदाबाद रीजन इज एन इंडस्ट्रियलाइज्ड रीजन. तो वहाँ पे क्यों गवर्नमेंट इज फोकसिंग ऑन डेवलपिंग ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इन फॉर्म ऑफ बुलेट ट्रेन्स और इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स. Then you can link it to urbanization, urban aspect. You can link it to demography, population. You can link it to regional planning of that region. Yeah, all these points which I am saying are there in my syllabus of geography optional. So this is how remembering each head of syllabus is important to generate multidimensional answers, and you have to work in all these aspects in this 6 months. Next is value addition integration. As I have shown it in my previous two sessions, value addition is a continuous process. It will continue till your mains preparation starting today, because every day we come across new judgments, we come across new articles, new reports, new committee recommendations, and you have to make online notes of that. because अगर हम offline लाने लग गए तो उसको edit करते करते और उसको consolidate करते करते ही हमारा सारा समय चला जाएगा. So you have to do value addition integration. I have mentioned main heads, that one is legal and constitutional head, where you have to, in your notes there should be constitutional articles, Supreme Court judgments and statutory act related to any topic you are reading. Then there should be any institutional reports and data, IMF का हो, वर्ल्ड बैंक का हो, इकोनॉमिक सर्वे से हो, नीति आयोग का हो, या गवर्नमेंट का कोई सर्वे हो. You have to mention all those things in a separate head for every topic जिसका भी possible है. Then examples, case study, current affairs, this come from your newspaper which you are reading every day, and also from monthly magazines which you are referring to. Then courts committee recommendation. Courts is one of the innovation you can do to score some extra marks in every question, because it creates a very good impression. I used to quote ministers press briefing a lot, especially in GS2 and GS3 आंसर्स. तो इसके नोट्स हमें ऑनलाइन बनाने हैं स्टार्टिंग में, जो कि अभी है. स्टार्टिंग मीन्स अभी दिसंबर तक. आफ्टर प्रीलिम्स गेट्स ओवर, यू हैव टू इंटीग्रेट this value addition into your consolidated notes and then create a micro note to prepare, just to revise it just before the examination. Okay. Then optional subject. I have kept a separate slide for the same, because optional subject जो होता है वो 500 marks का होता है, and it is a rank decider papers, because in your optional if you are scoring below average or average, it may impact your rank, it may impact your desired service. So ensuring you are you are getting more than 260 270 in your optional is very important to get your desired service. Then so in optional subject, what you have to do first is you have to prioritize your optional in this 6 months, because what happens, ऑप्शनल में हमें ऑप्शनल को बहुत डेप्थ में पढ़ना पड़ता है. इट इज़ नॉट जनरल स्टडीज. For example, in GS, our focus is on to cover as many topics as possible in a generic way. In optional, you have to read it in depth. You have to do some research also. You have to remember thinkers. You have to understand theories properly. You have to मतलब academic terms रखना पड़ेगा optional में, and you have to prepare a lot of case studies. So that becomes a big challenge in terms of both like एक तो time का challenge होता है, writing answers also become challenge, because if you write GS type of content in your optional, definitely you will get below average marks. So you have to study it in depth. Second, what should be our target to complete optional? So जो optional का it is common across humanities optional that paper 1 is theoretical, paper 2 is more applied. So first you have to start with paper 1 and you should aim to end it by October. Paper 1 is a lengthy paper in almost every optional of humanities. So you have to give it at least 4 months. Then the next 2 months you can give it to paper 2. So your target should be to complete your optional by December, max by January. Okay, so now integrated revision. So when I'm in the initial initial 6 months, you have to first you have to achieve your target of completing your optional. Apart from that, you have to revise your optional daily. You have to take out 1 hour, 2 hours daily to revise your optional, because to maintain the continuity. What happens कि जैसे हम prelims का preparation start करेंगे, हम अपने optional को पूरा छोड़ देते हैं. We do not even see the notes of optional until unless prelims result comes. So to maintain that continuity, we have to revise our optional till February. You have to give it 2 hours daily, and you have to revise it multiple times so that कि जब हम prelims के बाद notes उठा रहे हैं अपने optional के, तो हमें ऐसा नहीं लगे कि हमने कुछ prepare नहीं किया है optional में. Test series focus. I would suggest join a dedicated test series for your optional, because I feel guidance in optional is very important and you have to take help of your mentors in optional because it is not like general studies. This is basically a summary of what I have said till now. So one is ki in the starting months till December, because in the 6 months, what you have to do, you have to enrich your content, you have to prepare new topics which you have not read before. So 70% of the time should go to the new content, like what you are you read in newspaper, you read in monthly magazines, or you are doing your foundation course, that you have to give 70% of the time, and 30% of the time should be given to revising what you have read in the previous week. So in this 30%, it is not necessary कि आप अपने notes खोल के बस उसको रटना start कर दो. You can use different tools to revise your notes. One is through answer writing, second is through brainstorming of PYQ, and third is through refining your notes, making it into micro notes. So 70% for new content and 30% for revision of previous week. Then short notes, I have already spoken about कि short notes बनाने हैं, micro notes बनाने हैं. This is a good time to do that. Then active recall, you can brainstorm. As I was talking about brainstorming, you have to brainstorm topics if you lack time. Then yeah, revision pyramid. What do I mean by that? First, you have to make sure कि तुम्हारे जो comprehensive notes हैं, that is properly revised. You have a good understanding of what you have made notes of. तो वो अच्छे से हमें याद होना चाहिए comprehensive notes. Once you start feeling comfortable कि यार ये तो पढ़ा हुआ है, ये देख के समझ में आ जा रहा है कि पूरा याद है मुझे, then you have to short it down to your keywords कि keywords बस हमने अपने notes में mention कर लिए. अब जब भी हम वो keywords देखेंगे, हमें पूरे अपने कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नोट्स का इमेज दिमाग में आ जाएगा, एंड वी आर एबल टू रिवाइज लाइक दैट. एंड अ थर्ड लेयर इज दैट यू हैव टू मेक वेरी शॉर्ट नोट्स ऑफ योर वैल्यू एनरिचमेंट, जो कि मैंने उस एग्जाम्पल में दिखाया कि जो एक पीडीएफ दिखाई थी माइक्रो नोट्स की 10 पेजर की, उसमें वैल्यू एनरिच डेटा होने चाहिए सिर्फ, so that you are when you are appearing for the exam, at least you are writing some of the attractive points. I have spoken about it in detail. So July, August, September, October, November, December, you can divide your timeline according to your convenience, according to your priorities, like which subjects you want to target first. So as I said, I used to do it कि जो overlap नहीं है mains के साथ, prelims के साथ, I used to start with that in July, August. Then I used to move toward the topics which are big, like modern history, geography, polity, economy, from September, जिनका इंटीग्रेशन है प्रीलिम्स और मेंस दोनों में. So I used to do integrated study from here. तो वैसे you can target. This is like कि ऐसे you can also make targets for yourself. Make a table divided into optional, GS answer writing, value addition, goal for July, goal for August, goal for September and October, like this. Okay, so at last, I would suggest that avoid 5 things. One is resource proliferation. Don't refer to multiple resources. Many mentors, many coachings, and many toppers repeat this very often, that limit your resources. If you are reading monthly magazine, तो फिर एक ही कोचिंग का मंथली मैगजीन आप पढ़ो. आप अगर किसी टॉपर का नोट रेफर कर रहे हो तो किसी एक ही टॉपर का रेफर करो. And so make it your primary source and limit it as much as possible, because believe me, in those 7 minutes, let's say you are preparing for one topic of constitutional body, election commission of India. वहाँ पे they will ask it in 10 marker, you have to write in 150 words, and you have notes of 15,000 words. You will not be able to recall anything, and 150 words भी हम नहीं लिख पाएंगे अगर हमारे पास बहुत resources होगा. Make short notes, limit your resources, and revise it multiple times. So avoid resource proliferation. Then the writing delay, don't delay answer writing. Start from now. Start writing 1 or 2 answers, not in time limit. You can start writing in time limit after you have a good practice. So don't wait to complete your whole syllabus and then starting your answer. Then don't ignore your optional. Believe me, optional is the most important 2 papers in the whole examination. It can decide your rank. Then this is very important, poor test analysis. Don't depend only on your evaluators. Don't depend only on your mentors. Do some self review. That's how you will be able to improve your answer writing. Um, Read model answers, but don't take them very seriously, because model answers are generally prepared through AI or some other sources, जो कि हम replicate नहीं कर सकते. तो for that I used to do कि notes देख लिया, अपने topper copies देख लिए, उनसे I used to compare my answers and make note कि ये gap रहा, and in next test I used to implement those कि जो gap है, जो feedback है खुद का, उसको implement करने का try करता था मैं next test में. The comparison trap, this is a very big trap. Don't compare yourself, your preparation with others. You don't know how they are preparing, what they are doing while appearing for the test. For example, when in some of the tests, like I showed you, I prepared my notes for simulation 1. I used to write my test within time limit of 3 hours, एंड आई यूज टू गेट 80-90 इन पेपर. एंड उस और जब मैं रैंक लिस्ट आती थी मॉक टेस्ट की, आई यूज टू सी पीपल आर गेटिंग 120-130. बिलीव मी, आपको नहीं पता कि वो टाइम लिमिट में लिख रहे हैं कि नहीं लिख रहे हैं. सो डोंट कंपेयर योर प्रिपरेशन विथ एनीवन एल्स. Okay, this is the same things which I have mentioned before. One thing I can like in this, you don't have to study 14 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours every day. You should start with less time. 8 you should target 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours in the initial months. Then you can move toward 10 hours, but don't go total high intensity like कि 12 hours, 14 hours का अभी requirement नहीं है. At least for mains, after prelims, you have to give the final push. Revision is important. Revising more and more of the same content is more important than reading new content. Analyze every test. Make a table, make a chart, track your progress through weekly progress. And discipline is very important for your confidence in the preparation. Okay, so we will end the session here. Thank you, everyone.